Bonus Point Podcast.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Bonus Point Podcast, and on today's show, minerals. This is chalcopyrite, made up of sulfur and iron. I guess that's why it's so heavy. Iron sulfide. Anyway, it's pretty neat, isn't it? Fool's gold is its other name, and this is its little brother. A little chunk of fool's gold that I got from somewhere that I don't remember. But anyway, you can see that's made up of crystals. And this first song is going to talk about those materials that form in a repeated pattern. So let's get started with our MineralCast. And I'm going to set this rock down. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. To be a mineral, it has got to be a solid, got to be made of crystals, if that's what we're gonna call it. Magnetite, galena, calcite, gypsum, talc, and fluorite. You got the topaz, quartz, orthoclase, mica, diamond, apatite. It doesn't usually come from a living thing, ain't made in the lab, it's a mineral. Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed that little video. I especially like the waving mineral. Did you like that? That was nice. Our producers really worked hard to provide the animation and spent a little extra money on that, so I hope you appreciate it, and I hope you leave some comments if you're watching this on TeacherTube. Now, one of the things I want to emphasize in this MineralCast is the properties of minerals. First of all, a mineral, as you may have heard in the song, is always a solid. Liquids and gases are not considered minerals. And minerals come from nature, not formed in a laboratory. A true mineral must come from Mother Nature. And finally, let's see, it's a solid. Oh, I know. It has to be made up of crystals, those materials that form a repeated pattern. Let me show you some other crystals I have. I have some right behind me here. If you could just a second. You might recognize this. You seen this before? This is halite, otherwise known as salt. You may put salt on your food. You may have salt in your body. If you sweat, sometimes it tastes salty. I don't know if you ever drink your own sweat. That's kind of gross, but you've probably tasted it and salty. You have salt in your body. This is a mineral. If you look closely, it's made up of crystals. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but if you have some salt at home, go get it and look at it, and you'll notice it's little cubes, little crystals. Look at it with a magnifying glass, and you'll see that. This is halite, otherwise known as table salt. Now, minerals are used for all sorts of different things. We use minerals like iron to build buildings. We use minerals like halite to put on our food, and when it gets cold outside and if it's icy on the roads, we put salt on the roads to melt the ice and keep it from getting too slick. Let's see, what else? We use minerals to actually make musical instruments, jewelry. Hey, what about diamonds? We use diamonds for jewelry and to put on saw blades because they're so incredibly hard. You know, the diamond's the hardest mineral if you can find one. I don't have one today, but I do have some other minerals that I could show you. Here, I have some coal. Coal is a mineral that's very different because it actually burns, and we use it to provide energy. This is galena, very smooth. It's actually a mixture of lead and sulfur, believe it or not. That's really strange. Some people call it lead ore. Lead ore. Galena. Anyway, there's a picture of this in your book if you have a book. I have a lot of other minerals, but you know what? I think it's time for another song. If you had a pet rock, what would your pet rock look like? And if you could describe it, how would you describe its properties? Maybe by telling what color it is and how hard it is, how shiny it is. We call that luster, and its streak. If you do a streak test, you can scrape the rock on a white tile and find out what kind of powder it leaves behind. Anyway, check out this song. It's called My Pet Rock.
That's the kind of hardness stream. My pet rock. My pet rock.
Well, that's all the time we have today for the Bonus Point podcast. I hope you enjoyed this MineralCast. I didn't have time to show you all the minerals that I have, but I wanted to show you this last mineral. It's called talc, and it's a 1 on the Mohs scale of hardness. It's so soft that I can scratch it with my fingernail. The sheer strength of my finger and the sharpness of my nail can leave a mark on this rock. So not all minerals are hard, but they must be solid, be formed with crystals in a repeating pattern, and they must be found in nature. And this, my friend, was found in nature. Well, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Come back and see us next time. And don't forget. I forgot. Anyway, see you next time.
The Bonus Point Podcast.